Oh, you think you'd be able to get over an emotional affair better than you'd be able to get over a physical one?
I would.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Belief Mel.
And we're here with episode 266 of
How Married Are You? Okay, my name Belief. This is Yvette. We married 15 years. Live in California. We got four
kids.
Relationships scary. It's very necessary. We share our love, our struggles. We ask how married are. Every Tuesday and Thursday, shoddy. If you're listening, you're in the wedding party. It's okay if you want to put your hands up. You got the questions. We got the answers.
Chocolate baby story time.
Chocolate baby story time. It's chocolate
baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and
it's chocolate baby story time.
All right, so I want to talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Who is it? Which child?
Uzi?
No.
Anaya?
No.
Raya?
No. Oh my gosh.
Theo?
Theo. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Theo is like, he is parent number 3.
Oh, yes.
And Glen finally got to see it while he was editing video. But I'm like, I live through this every day. And even this morning, did you pick up on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's every day, all day.
Yeah.
And so basically, Theo is kind of micromanaging, would you call it? Like, oh my gosh.
Sorry.
If you're watching, this desk is going up. He's kind of like micromanaging pretty much me.
Yeah, he's on you heavy.
It's just me and him and the kids all day. Him and the kids all day. But like, it's like
the kids all day.
I can't do anything right in this kid's eyes. And as the oldest sibling, he really wants me to be on these kids. But he doesn't understand that I'm choosing my battles. And some battles I just, whatever. But I'm starting to feel self-conscious about it and I don't know what to do. Because now I feel like I'm doing things performatively so that he don't say nothing. I shouldn't feel like that as a parent.
I think you should have that conversation with him and let him know that you are walking around on eggshells because of him. Like there's no way you should live that way. But you know what's crazy? I think he lives like that.
Yeah.
And he feels like he has to do everything right.
Yeah. It's that oldest sibling thing. And I'm not even the oldest sibling, but I am the only girl. I feel like I'm the oldest sibling, so I feel like there's definitely something going on. But y'all pray for me because the child is getting on my nerves.
It's gonna get worse too as he starts to get older because he's a preteen, ready to hop into teens like within months. And so I know that's gonna come with a little bit of like, whatever it comes with. But I'm ready to. I'm trying not to be the person that is like, man, shut up, like every 5 seconds. Cause I'm like, man, you talk too much. But I remember I remember when I used to go to Mr. Hale's house. I used to go to Sydney's house. And there was one brother, man, Pierre was always.
Why you put his name out there?
Because Pierre, everybody knows Pierre.
Know his name is Pierre Hale.
I love Pierre, man. I love Pierre to death. I love all of them, Chris, Sydney, and Pierre. But Pierre was just always like talking about everybody else. And everybody would just be like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? And they would just always be talking. It was so funny. And so a part of me is just looking at him like, bro, just shut up. I only got to say nothing. You know what I mean? But I think if we can accept some things that the flaws of the other children, we can also accept that flaw from Theo. But I don't like how it's making you feel.
Yeah. So
I think we should just let him know, because what he doesn't know is that he's also making it so that people don't want to play with him or be around him sometimes.
So the other day,
glasses.
Yeah, I've been needing to clean these for a while.
Crazy.
The other day, I took an opportunity because he was talking about Anaya with orange chips. Orange chips are basically just sweet plantain chips, but the kids call them orange chips. He was like, Anaya, you like left, and he was being loud so that I would hear, because I wasn't even a part of this, right? He was projecting in a way that he made sure that mom heard. I was sitting on the couch, they were in the kitchen, and he wanted me to like interject, and I didn't fall into his little trap.
He's like, do your job.
Yeah. But he was concerned about Lily because Lily was like eating the orange chips or whatever, and it's like, that's what the dogs do, they clean up the floors or whatever. And so he did all of that, and he made a big deal about it, and he really wanted her to clean it up, and she wasn't cleaning it up because he was the one telling her to do it, and it was just a whole thing. And so then he kind of like, he did end up being like, Mom, are you gonna say something? And I just continued to ignore the whole situation because I was minding my business on the couch. Well, then I don't know if it was the same day or the next day, but I was like, Theo, come over here. He had made himself like some toast or a sandwich or something, and there was crumbs left all over the countertop. And I'm like, Theo, I would really like you to see this. And he was like, and he saw it, and he was whatever, he took ownership of it. And I was like, the other day you were doing this whole thing with Anaya, and I just want you to know, like, they're not the only ones leaving crumbs all over the place. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm often cleaning up behind all of y'all.
It's the fifth child.
You know what I mean?
A culmination of all of us.
Yeah, like I'm often cleaning up behind everyone. You just don't always see that. And so, I don't know, I just needed him to see it, and then he went and got whatever and wiped it down. I was gonna clean it, but it was like, yo, you can't be on top of everybody else because you be doing the same stuff. Yeah, like you just don't. You might not do it as much, but you be doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's getting on my nerves. I'm
so
really
sorry.
like annoyed. I told myself, I said I'm gonna bring back the journal for him because he actually mentioned that a couple weeks ago, and I think I'm gonna bring it back and we're gonna have some real conversations. We have a journal that we write to each other back and forth, and we haven't done it in a while. And I think it's time because he's stressing me out.
All right.
And maybe he doesn't feel like he's getting enough attention. Like he gets everyone's time.
He gets a lot of attention. He gets a lot of attention. He gets a lot of attention.
I don't know.
But I think we should have put him with the rest of the kids too, because I think he thinks he's up there with us.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we should have put Anaya upstairs and him down.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes. Father Yourself First, a book that I wrote, comes out November 4th. It may actually be November 5th. I don't know. Are we behind? Are we ahead? I don't know. Either way, November 4th, this is October. This book comes out. If you have not pre-ordered it yet, please pre-order it. Super important project. I've been working really hard on. I've been doing a lot of podcast interviews coming out around the time of this book drops. I never wanted to be a father until I saw proof of good fatherhood. And then when I put all that belief into fatherhood, Yvette and I had some babies. And then I realized that, man, I wanted to be a fantastic father. And what does that mean? And then I started to, be a father. And then I realized at some point that I was actually fathering myself. The amount of love and care, support, and I was putting into my children, I was raising myself with that same care. They were showing me things that I was told, but forcing me to apply them. So fatherhood gives you this beautiful gift if you get into the thick of it. And this book is a project that I've been working on for the past 10 years. When I started this, the only reason I started my YouTube channel was because I wanted to write this. So please support this book. You can get it wherever books are sold. I need them pre-orders, Wedding Party. Don't play me. Oh, also, we've been having a blast on Patreon. We've been having a blast. We went live twice in one night because we had some technical issues. Talked about Ayesha Curry and Steph Curry. Well, just Ayesha Curry interview, which was pretty uneventful. Really, it was really uneventful. Yeah, I don't really know what the big hoopla was about Ayesha Curry. Y'all just mad. But anyway, we had a really good conversation about that. Can you check to see if the Patreon is full for the group mentorship?
It is.
Oh, okay. So now we have 5 couples that we are mentoring once a month. And then they can also get one-on-one time with us twice a quarter. So essentially 8 times a year you can meet with us one-on-one, and there's 12 group sessions each year. The thing is, though, I told y'all to get on it. we can't give that price anymore. So the next time we do it, it's going to go up, and it's going to continue to go up, because now we have a full Saturday that is pretty much dedicated for mentorship. Because I'm also mentoring fathers earlier on the same Saturday, every Saturday.
Yeah, and we'll put the actually we'll just send it to the wedding party.
Yeah. So
invitation.
So go to howmaredareyou.podcast.com if you want more information. Also on Saturday mornings, every Saturday morning, I'm meeting with men at 7 a.m.
That's what I was saying.
Like, we are just talking about Black fatherhood, Black men talking about fatherhood, talking about what's happening in the media, and basically giving us a safe place to land, you know what I'm saying? And a safe place to fall apart. If you don't have that, if you need that, it's something I talk about in my book, and I wanted to create that space for some solid, brothers who are just trying to find community, because that's one of the biggest things, one of the biggest complaints we have and we see in the wedding party is that people are missing community. And so I want to make sure that we are starting to, give some of those spaces to you if you need them. So make sure you sign up on my website. Actually, go to howmaredareyou.podcast.com and we'll leave a link in the show notes. We'll leave a link in the show notes in the description. I have a link. Okay. So sign up for that, for the email, and then we'll send out some emails so you guys can join. It's not a lot of men. Who would have thunk it? A lot of men aren't trying to be accountable and hang out and talk, but I'm still making that space available for whoever wants to show up. So, and big shout out to all the guys who do show up. You got something to say?
Yeah, no, I don't have anything to say, but we will leave the Zoom link in the show notes below. It doesn't matter if you're watching this, whatever, this upcoming Saturday morning at 7 a.m. PST, there's going to be a men's meeting. And this link is the same no matter what. So if you're watching this on whatever date, it's there. And then I will start including it in the How Married Are You emails that I send out. If you are not signed up for our email list, please make sure that you join our email list. Occasionally, you guys are the first to know about certain things going on with the Henrys. All right.
Yeah, you want to go into the topic?
Did we talk about the premarital advantage?
I'm sure we're going to need to.
Okay. So the email, the fractured fairy tale. Dun, dun, dun.
Please don't share my name. We never share y'all names. Have we done that before? Have we shared y'all names by mistake? Let us know.
All right. This is hard for me to write, harder than I ever imagined. I'm someone who keeps her pain close, tucked away where no one can see it. Yet here I am, surprising even myself by sharing what I've carried in silence. I suppose I'm looking for perspective, for wisdom I haven't been able to find on my own. Where do I even begin? I'm 32 years old, a wife, a mother of 4, a woman who has loved the same man nearly all her life. I met my husband when I was 12 at the park in our neighborhood. We were just kids then, playing tag and kickball until the sun dipped below the trees. Our families watched us grow up together, watched the girl become part of his family and the boy become part of mine. I still remember the day we were teenagers, maybe 16 or 17, when he looked at me and said, "One day when you turn 21, I'm going to marry you." And he did. In 2015.
This is magical.
I know. I love this. I love the way it's written.
You should all send your emails to her and have them send her. Captivated.
In 2015, I walked down the aisle at 22 years old, starry-eyed, the future sparkling ahead like a fairy tale. We built a life fast. I became a wife and mother in what felt like the same breath. And for years, I believed we had something close to perfect. No big fights, no scandals, just partnership, laughter, romance. Then 2023 came.
I can see it all.
This is 8 years later. I was in Arizona for a 3-month remote job. Long days, hotel walls, video calls home to my husband and children, keeping me tethered. One evening, exhausted, I sat on the bed before dialing home when my phone pinged. The Ring camera at our house.
Whoa, what you mean?
I opened it. There on the porch stood my husband with his brothers, their voices drifting clear through the speaker. Husband: "Yeah, bro, she was on a video call today, looking all cute in Canada." Older brother: "So you gonna go to Canada and hit that?" Husband: "Nah, I can't do that, but sometimes I wish I could." Younger brother: "Who we talking about? That girl from the other day?" Husband: "No, you don't know this one." Ooh.
Dang. This sound like... I mean, do it sound real? This don't sound real.
This sounds very real.
All right, let's go.
Very plausible.
I'm not trying to be insensitive.
Yeah, it sounds very.
I'm trying to be insensitive,
but he an idiot for having this conversation right in front of the ring camera.
It's like you get the ping too, dummy.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm glad you got caught, you goofball.
All right. The words felt like a knife. My whole body froze, then burned. I called him immediately, my heart pounding. He denied it, twisted it back on me, accused me of spying. I let it go for the moment, saving my questions for when I returned home. But the truth was waiting for me. A month later, back home, something in me said, look at his phone. I knew it was a breach of privacy. I also knew I needed the truth. And there it was, an emotional, virtual entanglement with her. Now, is going through your spouse's phone a breach of privacy? Or is that open to interpretation?
Nope.
Okay, I agree.
If
you have something to hide from me, then what?
Yeah, like I'll be looking through your phone just sometimes. I'm like,
I know you do, and I didn't know you were doing that. And so then when you started doing it, when you told me that, I was like, oh, we do that. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I do that too.
Yeah, I mean, just because, not even because. Oh, and I found something one time too.
What did you find?
I found something on you too.
On me?
Later. Yeah.
Was it bad? You didn't confront me about it.
I didn't confront you about it.
Oh.
It was a deleted text. You deleted a text, but it didn't delete off your iPad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, played yourself. But it wasn't with another guy or anything.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. It was probably something I said.
About me. And I was like, I knew you was shiesty. It was so funny.
All right. Where was I? A month later, he met with her. He met her in 2018. Dang. Wait, when did they get married? They got married in 2015. Okay. He met her in 2018, just 3 years after we were married. He had traveled to his home country for a wedding. She was staying in the same house. I didn't know. I was home pregnant, wrangling toddlers, waiting for his calls that never came. God. Not even on our anniversary. He stayed a month. She stayed in his life for years. He even sent her $1,000 to help her Canadian immigration paperwork. And when I confronted him, all he said was, I didn't want you to find out like this. 2 years later, he finally agreed to marriage counseling. We sit in a room with a Christian therapist who, it feels to me, wants to hurry us toward forgiveness. But my heart isn't ready. My trust lies shattered on the floor.
Yep.
And I don't even recognize the woman I've become. Most people don't know any of this. I carry it quietly, almost shamefully. And so I find myself here asking strangers what I cannot ask anyone else. Do I stay and fight for this marriage, or do I finally lay it down and walk towards something new? Signed, Broken Pieces. Man, look at these beautiful children.
Oh, man. She said those are all her babies.
And she's gorgeous.
Oh, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The premarital advantage is available. HowMarriedAreYou.com. HowMarriedAreYouPodcast.com. And it's basically an e-course that helps you ask really good questions before you get married. And it's not just for people who are unmarried, but also people who are newly married. Just questions about, what do you believe? And it really helps you make the right decision. And it has a workbook as well. So you can pick that up on our website. So I don't know if we can give her a definitive answer of whether or not she should stay. It really depends on the character of your husband.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how emotional this was if they stayed in a house together, right? Like there was an affair,
it was an emotion.
Infidelity.
Well, we don't know because they
Adultery.
did have that time in Canada for a whole month together.
Right. But that's assuming okay. Yeah, in a house together.
I'm sorry, wait, what?
She said it was in a house together. They were in a house together for a month.
Yeah, but I have a question. Are you feeling some kind of way about an emotional versus a physical affair? Like, do you think one is like, speak to that, because it seems as though
I would say as a man, if you told me, hey, I'm having an emotional affair with somebody and I'm like kind of caught up, I would be like, dang, all right, what do we need to do? But if I found out it was a physical affair, it would really be difficult for me from a man's perspective.
Oh, you think you'd be able to get over an emotional affair better than you'd be able to get over a physical one?
I would.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would.
What about you makes that the case?
It's it's like the intention of letting your body go, you know? It's like that thought is like, dang. And I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would imagine that.
You're a visual person.
Yes. So that would be hard for me to unsee. With your emotions, I'm kind of like, well, I don't know what's going on in there anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure it out too. You know what I mean? Like, we're all trying to figure out the emotional part. So I think it would be harder for me. That's just from a man's perspective. I don't know about for a woman's perspective. What do you think?
I feel like an emotional affair is almost worse.
Okay.
I do. But for me personally, both would be hard. Like, it would be hard.
Yeah, both would be hard.
For both. But it just seemed like you had already like attached a weight to one versus the other.
Well, I
speaking.
No, because she said they had an emotional affair that was exposed 2 months, a month later. But I said it seemed like it also got physical because they were in the house for a month together without talking to her. So I was saying it must have been physical as well.
We're assuming.
I'm assuming
we are assuming, because I'm assuming the same thing and I don't know.
Right. So
she never explicitly says that.
But what I said about emotional versus physical, that has nothing to do with them. I'm just saying I got caught up there. So listen, if you're not is it worse, emotional or physical, or both the same? And let me know if you're a man or a woman, because I think
in the comments below.
Yeah, in the comments below. It's just my opinion, but as a man, like, I think, if physical would be much harder for me, but still would be hard, but physical would be much harder. Now, I wasn't saying anything about them. You assumed that I was saying one was worse because of whatever.
Well, her question to us is, do I stay or fight for this marriage? And then you were like, I don't know if we can answer that because da 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 da. And then you started going into, well, wasn't emotion. You kind of started weighing an emotional versus a physical affair against each other.
Well, it seems like this is a hobby for him because of the way he was talking to his brother. It seems like this is something he's interested in doing.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't love how the younger brother was like, who are we talking about? And then he was like, no, you don't know this one.
Yeah, man.
It's like, this one? So how many more are there?
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I mean, that's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of kids. I think this is what this behavior shows me. Okay. So this was what, a 5-year affair?
Well, he met her in 2018.
And everything came crashing down in 2023. And then 2 years later, they decided to go to therapy. Right?
I don't see anything about 2023.
Yeah, she said 2023.
Oh, then 2023 came. That's when she found out. Okay, so yes, 5 years at least.
Okay, so 5 years at least. Now you have to wonder, was any of that fairy tale ever real? Right? Or was that something he was just keeping up? Because, like, that information is, like, she should know that. Like, oh, this was never real. It was all a facade. And so am I going to get back to that? Or are we now fighting for a new normal and none of what my fairy tale has never existed? Right? So what is true about who you are, because your character has proven to be untrustworthy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move this book.
So then the question, do I stay or fight for this marriage and fight for this marriage, or do I finally lay it down and walk towards something new? I think, let's just back up a little bit, because you said most people don't know any of this. I carry it quietly, almost shamefully. And so I find myself here asking strangers what I cannot ask anyone else. And so I wonder,
this is sad.
Is that true? Because I think one of the things about people like us, I'm including myself here with the email writer, with the writer of the email.
Okay.
It is something sometimes we don't want to be putting our business out there because we fear of judgment or because we are ashamed or whatever. I can only imagine what lies she's telling herself based on her experience with her husband. Something like this makes you start to question things about yourself and what is true. And even I imagine you're probably thinking back on the whole history of your relationship, wondering a bunch of different things. And I think what we have to do sometimes is trust people. You know what I mean? I would definitely look around and see who is someone you can share this with, so that you don't have to, at the first part of it, you don't have to hold it all in or process it within yourself. I know you said 2 years later he's finally agreed to marriage counseling, but what about individual counseling for yourself? Have you even been able to? Because I think sometimes with couples therapy, it is counseling different than, no, she said Christian therapist. Sometimes what's different, at least you talk to me about what you think. But when we were in couples therapy, I think what it highlighted the most is that we needed individual therapy, right? A lot of times those therapists are trying to get to the root of whatever the issue is with you in your relationship. But what comes to the forefront of it, for example, when Glenn and I were in couples therapy, we realized there were some things about him that reminded me of my father that were not good. And there were some things about me, the way he was interacting with me was based on his experience with his mother.
Yeah.
And those weren't things that we could sort through in couples therapy because we only had an hour and we needed to address the issues that we needed addressing. And so there were some times when the whole session was taken up digging into Glenn and why he thought he was interacting with me in a certain way based on how he interacted with his mother and vice versa. And so we ended up paying for individual and a couples therapist so that we could maximize our time there. But I think with this, you have some things that you need to sort through before you can even decide, do you stay or fight for the marriage? You know what I mean? I don't know. There's a foundational level that you have to get to in order to make that decision. There's some really hard questions that you have to ask yourself and be able to speak on honestly without your husband's ear right there. You know what I mean? Because there are some things that I say to my therapist that are hard. I don't want to say it to you in its raw form because I know it could be hurtful, or that I don't even really know if this is what I believe. But because I have my therapist, she's asking me all the hard questions and really digging into, where is that coming from? Do you really mean that? Could it be that you're missing this, what over here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I feel right now you're in your head by yourself.
Yeah. And I also think that a lot of times we protect the people that hurt us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We want to honor them or leave room or, for growth and not burn a bridge and leave room open for reconciliation. We do a lot of that. And though that stuff is great, it still only protects the person who is the one in the wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so there is a level of safety where you need a safe place to be. Right.
Yes.
And so the fact that you can come to strangers, we got you, but you're going to need people on the ground to help you when you just want to breathe or zap out and just be nah, I'm over this. That's one. Two, I think the great thing is, yes, you guys are in couples therapy. You had to drag him there, though. Hate that for you.
It took him 2 years.
Hate that for him, right? But let's not trip over the fact that it took him forever. Let's just say, all right, he's there now. Now what? I really respect this. You guys going to couples therapy because he probably has issues with you that he doesn't know how to say. And I think the most important thing for you to do, unfortunately, this is going to sound whack and a lot of people going to hate this, but let him say it. Tell him to say all the things he doesn't like about the marriage, the things he doesn't like about you. Get all of it off of him. Because once he's able to say that stuff, you're going to feel clear. You may be hurt, but you're going to feel clear enough to let him go to individual therapy, which is what really is needed. And I would say he goes to individual therapy with them same counselors because they can at least speak the truth about you. You know what I mean? And then you go to individual therapy to help with your heart. And help you heal.
Yeah.
I don't think that this guy, I wouldn't trust him to go get individual therapy on his own, because what we've seen in the past is that people will go to therapy and be like, yeah, my wife wants me to go here, but everything seems fine. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they'll say, yeah, I committed adultery. They'll just be like, you know, I'm a man. I have needs and I just messed up a few times. You know what I mean? Without ever really confessing the thing. So if he has confessed the thing to both therapists, I think he should continue solo with one of those therapists if there's more than one, and you should take another and get the healing because you said, I don't even recognize the woman I've become. And that's where I'm like, oh, baby, you deserve that joy that you had originally. You know what I mean? Like those feelings and that care, who you were, the fairy tale believed, whatever it is, like you deserve that same life that you expected you were getting. It's just unfortunate that this prince turned to be a frog.
A toad. Yeah. And I do think, like, just speaking from my own experience of not in this form or fashion, but being in relationship with someone. Being in relationship with someone who has hurt me, and I think in my situation, I will admit it's a little different because I'm not married to them, living in the same house as them, and raising children with them. But I do think sometimes it's okay to like release the person into the care of the Lord, and even so that you can make space for your own healing. You know what I mean? It's like, is he trying to stay and fight for this marriage, or is it a solo mission? Because I think that too is another question that you will have to answer. And I know it's 2 years later that you guys are entering into marriage counseling. But there must be some part of who you've become that he also doesn't appreciate. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he has to notice what his actions or how his actions have hurt you, and how it has changed who you are, and is further impacting how you may or may not show up for your children. You know what I mean? Like, those dynamics have an impact on everybody in the family. And so I don't know, girl. I think this is something you definitely have to answer on your own. Yeah. Well, I mean, we always advocate for fighting for your marriage if it's safe to do so. But also, yeah. And let me just speak to like where you're, if I may, just to kind of encourage you. You have a right to feel everything you're feeling. You're not wrong for being for feeling like you don't have trust for him. He lost your trust. He put himself in this position. This is not something that is wasted. And Yvette and I were talking about this last night. Your time hasn't been wasted. Nothing is lost. Some things are complete. And the fairy tale is complete. Now we're into the real, raw. What are we dealing with here? And, we had a friend who was going through a situation where
the spouse was running around doing doing guys know what with whoever.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so hurt, but after thinking, she was just like, you are not just my husband, you're my friend, and are you okay? She was like, are you okay? Because this seems like some deep, dark stuff you're dealing with, and I don't even know who you are. Are you okay? And I think to recognize that we are all human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just saying yo, here's how I'm going to care for me, but also here's how I'm going to care for you. You got to go get the work done or I can't be here no more. You know what I mean? It's really it's a question you're asking us about what we would do, but it's really his decision. Are you willing to work for the rest of your life to get this right? Or is this something you're willing to let go? Because I'm ready to leave. I'm over it. I can't be in a relationship where someone would intentionally, choose to live a double life and then for their family to support it. You don't even got no men around you who respect me.
Yeah.
It's impossible for me to be here unless you're willing to cut these people off because they don't know how to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
I think this is a question that he needs to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Should I leave you?
Is this going to be worth my time?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? I think that's really good, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We did get a voicemail. We got a voicemail. We actually had a couple of voicemails. So sorry, I forgot to check those. You guys can call in and leave us voicemails. One thing you do need to note, though, the voicemail can only be up to 3 minutes long. So it will cut you off at 3 minutes.
Yeah, and the number to the voicemails are 727-619-4629. Okay, 727-619-4629. If you want to leave a voicemail, we're going to go ahead and respond to this voicemail on Patreon. And we'll also send this to the person that sent it or whatever. But yeah, if you want to listen to this voicemail, let's go ahead and play it.
Hi, Glen and Yvette. Longtime fan here, and I wanted to speak on the topic of are all men trash nowadays. But first, I did just want to give y'all's flowers. I really appreciate and am so grateful for you all being so vulnerable and still keeping that level of privacy while being transparent and just being a voice of reason in a sea of BS nowadays on social media, especially when it comes to relationships and Black relationships in general. But okay, to get into it, I just got out of a relationship with a man who I felt like I was in love with, but there were certain things as far as the effort that he would put into elevating himself and his status, financially, mentally, spiritually, all the things really, to a point where I felt like it was a detriment to our relationship. And we're just, we're just dating. We were in a relationship, we were exclusive, but we're not married. So I had the privilege of pulling the plug because I found that we were going in a cycle of me asking the same things of him over and over again. But I did want to speak to how did I still get in the situation of being in love with this man and really feeling like this man was going to be the husband and the father of my kids and really putting him in that role and him as well. And I think two main things are at play. One, I think when you grow up in church, or just in general sometimes, marriage, husband, kids, for a woman is seen as a goal. It's a fantasy. It's an endpoint. It's, check that off, the list of things to do. You're accomplished, you're established. And, I was that girl who was picturing my wedding from a young age. And so with that being said, at 22-ish, dating more intentionally, once I start liking a guy, I'm like, okay, now can you be my husband though? Like, and it's me trying to hold him accountable and be more intentional, but it's also me putting rose-colored glasses on and being like, okay, well, you're not good in this area, but we can work on that. And it's nothing wrong with that mentality, but I do think that sometimes it ends up being like, okay, well, you can change.
Did it end?
Yeah. So this email got cut off, and this was the second voicemail. I'm sorry, this voicemail got cut off, and that was the second time she had called in. But I think I got the gist of what she was trying to say, and it's basically trying to decide, because right now they're not married, they're dating. And she's like, I really like this guy, I really love him, but like, should I keep going into this relationship thinking I can change certain things about him? And so what we are going to talk about in the Patreon episode is changing people in relationships.
Yeah. Is it possible?
Is it possible?
Yeah, because would you say yes or no? Just off top.
I would say yes.
Okay.
But no.
Yeah.
It's not just a black or white answer.
Yeah.
I think there are so many different things we have to pay attention to before we can fully answer that question.
Yeah. All right. How married are you?
I'm so married. I hope I didn't do this one already, but I'm so married that I threw away perfume.
Yeah.
I did it already?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry if this is a repeat.
But you're hurt again. And I could tell you got a new scent. What's this?
This is not the new scent. This is Tabitha Brown, and you don't like it?
I didn't say I don't like it. I just said I could tell you.
It's not a new scent. I've been wearing it since I got Tabitha Brown.
No, you haven't. You was wearing that other thing that I told you to throw away.
No, I have not. I've been wearing Tabitha Brown more than I've been wearing this. What? I've been wearing blah, blah, blah. Tabitha Brown has been on me more than the other one had, because you had already communicated that you didn't like the other one, but I liked it, and so I kept wearing it. And it didn't seem to be bothering you because you weren't saying anything. And then you started saying something.
No. I like Tabitha Brown's smell.
Away.
I haven't tried Chance's smell on me. The thing is, though, Yvette, I didn't tell you to throw it away.
He did.
I said, okay, let me tell you exactly what happened. I said,
throw it away.
I said, that smells interesting. And she goes, you don't like it? You don't like it? I say, it's something about it. I just can't stop smelling it. And then I put it on. I doused it on me. And she was like, oh my God, it smells. And I was like, this is exactly how it happened. So I go, you don't like the way it smells? She's like, oh my God, you ruined it for me. And she threw it in the trash.
Okay, that does sound a little bit more closer to what happened. But listen, it was an oil, right? And so and he used to sell oils and incense and all the things, but this is not the type that you just like douse on is that the word you use? On yourself? You just, what I usually do is I like take the tip of the bottle and I go psh, psh, and then I like put it wherever I want it.
It's got an after smell.
But Glen I
was like, what's going on with this thing right here? I've been all on me.
And he had our rooms, it smelled so bad. So bad. So in the comments below, women, I'm so serious. I'm not even joking. I will come back and read the comments. I'm not good about reading all the comments, but I will come back because I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do better. I want to wear something that smells right. And that smells good. It smells good.
Yeah.
And so I'm just curious what you guys are.
It just depends on your body. It also does. Matters what your body has to complement your smell already.
Yeah. And whatever base lotion you use and whatever. So I have been looking into Brown Sugar Babe, which is Melissa Fredericks has often shared about them. But I don't know which scent to get. But and they're a Black owned company, which I love. And so if you have a scent with them that you like, send me some. But just help a sister out, because I feel like I'm a grown woman and I want to wear perfume.
So here's the thing. We get this shea butter from this lady named Cassidy in Atlanta. Right?
No, I don't think she's in Atlanta, but maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, it smells so good. Mm-hmm. It smells good on you too.
It does.
So I think the smells that work on you aren't sharp. They're very it's muted. Flowery and
you call that
not flowery. I think
I don't really enjoy floral.
It's not.
That's good for y'all to know.
It's not floral. It is it's like butter. Like it tastes like it smells.
What is happening?
No, look, it smells more like a flavor of cake. You feel me?
Sweet thing, you my
Yeah,
little sugar. What do you say?
Sugar water Kool-Aid, my sweet thing. Sugar water Kool-Aid, my sweet thing.
Oh my gosh. Anywho, that's how married I am. How married are you?
I'm so married. Last night I cooked this bomb steak meal.
Oh my gosh.
Steak. It was I made potato balls.
It's one of those meals that you're sad when it's over.
It was, yeah, everybody was freaking out about this meal. So I made it, and it took a while to make. Like you had to like mash the potatoes and then like put cornstarch in it and then like ball up the balls and then fry the balls, and then sliced up the medium rare steak that I had marinating or dry brining for like a day. And then like, you know, put it together, and I made even the broccoli was good.
The broccoli he seasoned differently.
Well flavored too. And I was like, we were all eating as a family, and it doesn't happen often enough. So like the fact that it was happening was really nice. And Yvette was like, she was like, can you do this? What do we have to do to get you to do this 3 times a week?
No, that is not the way I asked the question. I asked the question. I said, what can we take off your plate so that you can do this at least 3 times a week?
That's the same thing.
It's not because the way that I asked it was very intentional in that I'm like, I'm not trying to add more to your plate. I'm trying to remove some stuff from your plate so we can get more of this. So what does that look like? Please, in the comments below, let us know that there's a difference. It's not the same thing.
I bet you the men are going to be like, you said the same thing.
Because you guys are lovely human beings.
Well, so what are you going to say? You're going to insult us now?
I said you're lovely human
Anyway,
beings.
it wasn't enough. I made the meal. She's like, how could we get this on a more consistent basis?
A normal person would take it as a compliment.
Well, I mean, I would, but nobody should be eating like that 3 times a week. That's crazy.
It was good. It was healthy.
And let me tell you something. Your boy been in the kitchen prepping these meals, okay? And now my family says, oh, we eating the same thing a lot. I make Chipotle chicken, drumstick chicken, and at least steak.
These kids are brutal, man.
Yeah,
because they're like, you know, you ever get tired of eating the same thing? Ryan goes, but I don't get tired of steak. I don't get tired of steaks. And you know what else they don't get tired of that you make? Burgers. Mm-hmm. When you make steak and burgers, they never complain about that. But apparently, and bless Glen. The one thing I will say that the kids don't seem to appreciate is that you've been changing up the flavoring of the drumsticks. Mm-hmm. Like you're not making it the same flavor. You're making it weekly, but you're not making it the same flavor. But I really appreciate like Glen will prep the meat for the week, which is very helpful for me because then all I have to think about is sides, and it's usually some type of carb and a vegetable.
Yeah, if you bring some more meat, some different kind of meat in here, I'll make it.
I made tuna this
weekend. I made tuna, steak, and 2 types of different chickens that'll last us
the whole week.
It'll last us maybe a week and a half.
Yeah.
If you wanted to test it.
Yeah.
Anyway, and
that's just how married we are.